Justice League Dark Apokolips War is a long title for a movie, so I'm just going to refer to it as Apokolips for the remainder of this video. Apokolips marks the end of this iteration of WB's DC animated films, spanning back 6 years when Justice League War kicked everything off, following the Flashpoint paradox, which itself was the end of the previous 5 or 6 year period of movies. After viewing Apokolips War, this movie seems to me to be quite integral in helping to wrap up a tumultuous era of WB's live-action movies. I say this because I think Apokolips borrows some ideas from Zack Snyder's original Justice League trilogy, a trilogy that may never come to fruition, but one that also borrowed elements from the Flashpoint storyline. All of that speculation will be expanded on later. Apokolips War was directed by Matt Peters and Christina Soda, and all of the voice actors from most of the prior movies returned for one more exciting team-up. I'm talking Jerry O'Connell's Superman, Jason O'Mara's Batman, Rosario Dawson's Wonder Woman, Christopher Gorham's Flash, Shamar Moore's Cyborg, Taser Farmiga's Raven, Stuart Allen's Damian Wayne, and Tony Todd as Darkseid. Supposedly, Apokolips War was a sequel to 2017's Justice League Dark. However, other than including the same characters, namely John Constantine, Raven, and Etrigan, I didn't get the vibe that this was picking up from something else. I mean, Constantine and Zatanna are a couple in the opening scene, so maybe that was a callback to something. Regardless, the movie makes references to other movies when Superman gathers everyone together and says that the League must go on the offensive and attack Darkseid on Apokolips before Darkseid can attempt another invasion of Earth. Flash brings up the massive world war he saw in the Flashpoint paradox and warns that a fight with Apokolips might bring about the same level of devastation once more. Would everyone be willing to lose all of their loved ones? Constantine and Lex Luthor agree, but Superman isn't moved. He recalls Darkseid's first invasion of Earth from Justice League War and how he almost died at the hands of Doomsday, the near unstoppable killing machine Darkseid sent to Earth in the death of Superman. The League has to stop Darkseid no matter what. Wonder Woman goes over the battle plan, and Cyborg watches on, as does Darkseid, since the cybernetics keeping Victor Stone alive are made of a mother box. When the League boom tubes to Apokolips, Darkseid is ready and waiting, and the heroes are easily taken out. We then see the Earth in tatters 2 years later, and that all happens within the first 10 minutes of the movie. It's intense. And due to great pacing, voice acting, and a snappy script, things don't slow down for too long. As a kryptonite-infected Superman and sickly Raven seek Constantine's help in raising another strike force, we learn that most of the League members didn't survive the first assault, Zatanna included. Constantine blames Superman for her death, but after some hero shaming, Constantine agrees to assist him in contacting Damian Wayne. But Damian also blames Superman for their initial failure because the Teen Titans were wiped out and Nightwing hadn't been the same since being resurrected in the Lazarus Pits. But most importantly, Damian holds Superman solely responsible for Batman's fate in being brainwashed and becoming Darkseid's strategic advisor. On seeing Batman in the hover chair, I thought the movie was going to adapt Jeff Johns' Darkseid War story from the comics. In Darkseid War, a whole bunch of crazy stuff happens that ends up with Superman, Batman, Flash, Shazam, and Lex Luthor attaining the power of gods. Batman sat on Metron's Mobius chair and was dubbed the God of Knowledge. In true Batman fashion, one of the first things he did was try to stop his parents' murder. He didn't succeed, but he acquired the shooter's name, Joe Chill. And then he set about trying to learn the identity of his greatest enemy, the Joker. Instead, all he learned was that there were 3 Jokers? Funny enough, 3 Jokers is also a story that Jeff Johns is writing. Apokolips War wasn't going God mode, but Superman, Raven, and Damian did go to enlist the aid of the Suicide Squad. How? Well, the leader of the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, agreed to throw in her mallet to the cause when she lost an MMA match to Lois Lane. I love the way this movie incorporated all of these various characters from DC's extensive catalog. To keep the stakes sufficiently high, there were 3 terraforming contraptions sucking the magma from different locations on Earth, slowly turning the planet into a new apocalypse. While Superman's team boom tubes to Darkseid's homeworld, Lois's team has to destroy these machines. The thing is, Batman, master strategist that he is, predicted the attack and sent these parademon doomsday hybrid creatures to protect the machines. I won't spoil the rest of the movie, but suffice it to say, it keeps getting nuts until the very end. Justice League Dark Apokolips War is an extremely entertaining 90 minutes of superheroes and supervillains coming together to take down an even bigger villain. I thought the animation, the soundtrack, the action was top-notch, supported by excellent voice work from the whole cast. It is one of the most violent of the DC animated movies and it's rated R, due to the number of gruesome deaths depicted and for some language. Fair warning, although I really liked it, I think it is way more depressing than Flashpoint. Way more. But I still highly recommend it. While I'm on that point, let me pivot to why I think Apokolips War ended up being a crucial movie by going over Zack Snyder's original idea for a Justice League trilogy. In the first Justice League movie, events essentially transpired the same way they did in the theatrical release. Steppenwolf invades via boom tubes to take the mother boxes, Superman is resurrected, the Justice League fights Steppenwolf and win. The main omission from that goofy film goes like this. As Steppenwolf attempts to flee through a boom tube after being pulverized by Black Suit Superman, he gets skewered by Aquaman, who then tosses him to Wonder Woman, who cuts off his head. The head rolls through the boom tube where it stops at the feet of a seated Darkseid. They see him, but worse, Darkseid sees them and the boom tube closes, and the movie ends. I was beyond elated to hear that the Snyder Cut will premiere on HBO Max next year and that it will be way different in tone. No silly boob jokes, no random Eastern European family or wherever they were from, and no silly Ninja Turtle red sky filter. Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, which I'll title Apokolips, obviously, would have been the valley in the trio of films where everything goes horribly wrong, like Empire Strikes Back. Batman convinces the team to take the fight to Darkseid, probably because of his nightmare vision, combined with Diana's newly discovered Amazonian history lesson of the last time Darkseid invaded Earth. For comparison, in Apokolips War, Superman is the one who does the persuading, and similar to that, Flash voices his concerns, and Batman's Justice League opens a boom tube to Apokolips, most likely using Cyborg as a conduit since, again, he's made of a mother box. And just like Apokolips War, Justice League lose, and they lose badly. Perhaps Cyborg was unintentionally relaying attack plans back to Darkseid here as well? Unclear. So Batman, a severely injured Cyborg, a battered Aquaman, and a bruised Flash managed to escape Apokolips, leaving behind a dead Wonder Woman and a captured Superman. Filling in the blanks, I think Superman and Wonder Woman would have fought off Darkseid and whoever else for as long as they could to give the other four time to bounce. Superman probably told Batman to keep Lois safe or something as they were leaving. Bruce and the rest get back to Earth. Bruce is able to get Lois to stay in the Batcave while he devises a new plan because he knows an invasion is imminent now. He either advises Aquaman to round up the forces of Atlantis, or Arthur turns his back on Bruce since things have gone so awry already. Either way, Aquaman doesn't hang around. We then cut to Apokolips, where Desaad is playing those mind games on Superman, and Darkseid learns how important Lois is to Clark. Remembering his earlier failed attempt at invading Earth, Darkseid comes up with a new plan. With no Lanterns and no Kryptonians protecting the planet, and Superman undergoing anti-life re-education, he immediately launches an attack on Earth. Darkseid then personally boom tubes into the Batcave and kills Lois. More speculation on my part. I think Darkseid either directly tells Superman that Lois is dead because of Batman, or Desaad, while warping Superman's mind, inserts the idea that Batman went mad with fear and eliminated her. Regardless, Superman is sent back to Earth, and in his eyes, Batman is culpable for Lois's demise. Flash, Cyborg, and Batman go on the lam. Referencing Flashpoint here for a little bit, I think one night, while evading a massive horde of relentless parademons, Flash runs faster than he ever has before and accidentally time travels a few minutes into the past, to before the horde appeared. He then tells Cyborg of this newfound ability. For his role in helping Bruce, Superman destroys Atlantis and murders Aquaman. He then takes over the world and rules as a brutal, invincible dictator while hunting for Batman. Injustice begins, Batman's nightmare comes true, and the movie ends. I think what I've titled Justice League 2 Apokolips is where Justice League Dark Apokolips War netted a lot of its plot points. I'm not saying that's what happened because I have no way to confirm that, but the story for the trilogy of movies has been floating around since at least 2018, so make of that what you will. Anyway, to finish off the trilogy, Justice League 3, which I'll call Legacy, as a reference to the series finale of the Superman animated series where Darkseid brainwashed Superman into trying to take over the Earth. Justice League 3 would pick up sometime after Darkseid totally conquered the planet and Superman was still unable to find Batman. The planet is a wasteland. Cyborg and Flash work on building a cosmic treadmill that will allow Barry to use the Speed Force as a means for time travel, with the aim that Flash would warn Bruce about how to stop the coming disaster. Via some science mumbo-jumbo that doesn't tick-tock around the clock, Cyborg says there are only 2 points of departure that coincide with a specific location in time and space. If you don't hit that specific location, you won't arrive back in time on Earth. You'll be floating in space because of the Earth's celestial motion. So Barry can only go to one of 2 points where he can reach the Batcave. Sure. Anyway, Batman tells Cyborg to choose the opposite point in time that Cyborg would have chosen on reflex. Why? Because this Batman remembers future Barry's visit to the Batcave, but Bruce didn't know what the hell was going on, so he didn't take any specific action. To continue building on the nightmare sequence from Batman vs. Superman, I'm guessing sometime after that conversation with Cyborg and Flash, Batman goes searching for the kryptonite spear that Lois threw in the water as a backup plan. Meeting with someone he appears to have some level of trust with, he thinks he's found it, but is captured by Superman's goons. Superman kills Batman, But at that same moment, Flash travels back in time to warn Batman about Lois's impending death before the team leaves for the assault on Apokolips. Batman switches tactics and decides to gather more allies. Providing more details from the Amazon's history, Wonder Woman talks of an alien who also fought against Darkseid. This alien wore a magical green ring that proved to be very powerful. Somehow John Jones, the Martian Manhunter, would come to play a small role in this third movie. Perhaps Lois, already familiar with him as General Swanwick, her secret government source in Batman vs. Superman, discovers his true identity and explains the situation. But seeing how Superman was vilified in the media before dying, John wants to keep to the shadows. However, he uses his mental abilities to contact the Green Lantern from Earth. Darkseid invades again and is handily beaten again by the combined forces of Krypton, Mars, Atlantis, the Amazons, humans, Green Lanterns, and, ironically, the New Gods, due to Cyborg's link to Apokolips, because once again, Cyborg is made of a mother box. So then the Unite the Seven tagline could end up meaning the addition of Green Lantern to the team, or it could mean the 7 races of beings that united to defeat Darkseid. In summary, I really had a great time watching Justice League Dark Apokolips War, and not only because I viewed it through Snyder Vision. It's a super enjoyable and super grim work of animation, and I think it's a fun sneak peek at the Justice League movies that could have been. Rather than wallow in regret, I have hope that they were made and enjoyed in another dimension. If you've made it this far into the video, thanks so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you like to like and subscribe to things, and I'll see you in the next video when I